MacArthur Fine Furniture can take the stress out of decorating from condos to castles. Let MacArthur show you how easy it is to create your dream home. MacArthur Fine Furniture. Back to you.
So, as you have heard all morning long, the threat of a U.S. recession is looming like a dark cloud over millions of Canadian investors. The market mayhem over the last 2 weeks has left many Calgarians wondering and worrying about how to protect their financial future. As Lisa Osterkoff reports, it's never too late to make your own money plan.
A couple credit cards, no big deal, but where I was sort of mentally was the big thing for me.
Spend today, worry tomorrow.
I'd never done a budget before.
An all-too-common mentality with debt loads on the rise nationwide. Between 1999 and 2005, debt loads spiked 38%. The average family has more than $83,000 in loans.
When it becomes a problem is when you take on too much debt compared to your income. If you have enough income and continued income to support your debt, then debt becomes a really good thing because you leverage yourself for future growth.
But finding that balance eludes many, especially when it comes to grabbing our piece of the real estate pie.
It's kind of running away with some of my friends who are now shifting from having a great quality of life to now working to pay their mortgage.
A 40-year mortgage is insanity. It becomes really scary when you take out a loan against your home equity line of credit or whatever to do renovations or to purchase a house that's outside your means, and then all of a sudden you have to pay the interest on it, so that $30,000 renovation becomes a $90,000 renovation.
The Money School teaches personal financial management, driving home the message when it comes to our wealth or lack thereof, ignorance is definitely not bliss.
So, in reaction to fears of a U.S. recession, the Bank of Canada is considering lowering its interest rate by another 0.25%. The rumor, though, suggests that not all banks are going to follow suit. So, with mortgages, lines of credits, auto loans, what does it all mean to us? Well, we have a guest this morning who's going to help us with this a little bit. Sean Jordan from Money School joining us. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Bruce.
Let's talk about the interest rate, first of all. Some confusion over this. If the Bank of Canada cuts the interest rate, I think it's assumed that banks would follow suit. But that maybe is not necessarily the case, or at least that's the rumor. Why is that?
Well, I don't know that I'd know the exact rationale or reasons, but for the most part, banks don't have to follow suit. You know, if the interest rates on mortgages, et cetera, are high, then that also means that the interest rates on savings are high.
Yeah, it doesn't work well for us, obviously, if they're trying to increase spending, and I know that you know, that's going to be made. That decision is going to be made later today, probably. Let's talk about, you know, everyday Albertans, Sean, Canadians, as we go through this what looks like a financial crisis for many people. You know, what are some of the things that maybe we should be doing going forward to make sure we're affected minimally by this?
Well, I think the ideal thing is just being happy to go to work and you know, do a good job when you're at work, be productive. You know, basically the difference between recession and depression, they're mostly emotional triggers, but recession, for example, is when your neighbor loses their job, and depression is when I lose mine.
Yeah, very good. So. But what about our finances through it all? I mean, should we be looking at making changes, our portfolios, all this sort of thing?
Well, it depends if it's a reality check. So certainly if you're getting a good bearing of where you actually sit in regards to the comfort level you have with your own finances and your understanding of the tools that you're working with, just stand pat and look forward to the opportunity for the world to go on sale. If you're not comfortable, make a change.
Good point. And most people will say, and I'm sure you'd agree, that you know, the trends show that we do have these major blips from time to time, but things always go back up.
Well, yeah, I think I would look at that a little differently. I think things have been out of hand, or they've been too high. Too high. What it is we're coming closer to reality. So, you know, for me, I mean, I hate to make predictions and stuff, but my own personal opinion, when the Dow's around 11,000, that's reality. So you should be able to check the values of stocks, et cetera, at that point, and that's good timing to get into the market.
How about the TSX? Because it was up over 13,000, now it's crawling down towards 12,000.
Yeah, if it gets down around 10, you know, 10 to 10.5, then you're back at reality. You know, so at that point you can use that as a benchmark.
It's a tough time. Do you recommend investing when things are low?
Oh, definitely. Well, I wouldn't say when they're low, when they're realistic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend investing when the Dow is at 14,000 or the TSX is at 13,000. Companies are an awesome investment, way better than real estate in my opinion. They're the one entity that really grows and produces, and it's got a vibrancy of business surrounding it. So it's excellent to get into public companies, but just you have to be wise about getting into the right value.
What one tip would you give the ordinary person watching this morning that's seeing what's going on, the turmoil, that's thinking about their own finances, going forward as we deal with what's going on globally?
Just a simple tip: breathe in your nose, out your mouth.
You say, like most, don't panic then.
Yeah,
huh?
don't panic for sure. You know, it's going to go down. Get an understanding of where your bearings are at, and just enjoy life.
Appreciate you doing this today. I mean, we could go on and on, but it's common sense in the end. Sean, thanks for coming by.
Thanks, Bruce.
All right.
11 minutes past 7 on your Tuesday morning. We thought we'd start out with wind chills. How bad can it get? Well, if you're waking up in Winnipeg and Thunder Bay, pretty bad.